Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Yeah, they got it. They got it. Now this is the part where the sponsors go up and they'll show us talking, and I'll mess with Bart and I'll ask Bart, how about these Topper fans? And Bart will say, how about these Topper fans?
Best in the business, best in Tri-Cities.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
And then you clap.
Welcome to the East Tennessee Sports Report, coming to you today from Tri-Cities Nissan on the beautiful Bristol Highway. Come by and see these guys. They got some great looking cars. They will sell you something today, so make sure you catch up with one of the salespeople, and they will put you in one of these brand new Nissans, right, guys?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know we're missing somebody.
We are. We're missing my right-hand man.
You are.
Who backed out on me.
No,
The Elizabethan game.
oh yeah.
Tell on him.
Yeah. But we'll give him credit. The judge, there's always four of us, but the judge has to be in Birmingham, Alabama tonight. So we'll just wish him a safe journey down there. Hey guys, great game last week. I know Bart, we were in Sevier County last week. We're at Volunteer Chevrolet. And the game of the week, Chris, pitted Pigeon Forge against Northview.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think, didn't you pick Northview?
All right, you know, the reason
Did you pick Northview?
The reason why I was doing that, Northview, if you don't know, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Northview, this is their first year playing varsity football. And I just kind of went with a wild pick. I figured, you know, with the excitement of being new, they just came off their first win, that they make it pull an upset, but it didn't quite work out that way, right?
You got that right. 48-6, played Pigeon Forge. So, but, you know, the thing about it is, like you said, up-and-coming team. Coach Loveday, next year, I would say they will be one of the teams to beat, because they're actually in a conference that faces a lot of teams from this area. So, you know, you'll get to see Pigeon Forge, especially Elizabethan.
Oh, yeah, a little bit later in the season. That should be a nice matchup, so I'm looking forward to it.
So let's move on, guys. Bart, let's talk about Morristown East and Greenville.
Morristown East and Greenville. That's a pick'em game for me, but I'm going to go with the Green Devils from Greenville taking the win.
Chris?
You know, saw footage on Morristown East last week. Had a tough loss with Tennessee High. They've got a rough start this year. They're 0-3. Got some nice weapons, though, that are dangerous, like Bryson Stevens.
Yes,
had a nice run last week. He could be dangerous for Greenville, but Greenville, I think, with the rise of the young quarterback, I think I'm going to give the edge to Greenville. So I'm going to agree with Bart.
Well, since I have to take on the judge's part today, I did have a chance to talk to Coach Ballard this morning. He says that his team, they're ready. They had a great game last week. They got back on the winning column, beating Volunteer. But Morristown East puts a scare into them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Morristown East has a great football team. They just 0-3. But with all the weapons that Greenville has, and the new freshman quarterback, I'll give it to Greenville.
Okay.
All right, here's a big game right here, guys. Always a crosstown rival in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Fulton versus Austin East.
Fulton versus Austin East. Kids from the same neighborhood playing each other. Kind of reminds me of when the junior topper teams play each other. Both great tradition of athletics in Knoxville. And I'm a big Austin East fan myself. Shout out to the Roadrunners. But I have to pick a winner, and I'm going to go with the Falcons from Knox Fulton.
Oh, man. You know, those Roadrunners, you know, haven't had really great success in the last few years.
Yep.
And Fulton, nothing but success in the last few years. Fulton, they've got a very talented team. I've talked about that earlier. But they got to, you know, some of these mistakes could bite them. But with that said, you know, I think the talent's just going to outweigh him, Fulton.
And also, Coach Torbush, East Tennessee State's head coach, he went to high school at Austin East.
Austin East,
right.
uh-oh.
So, you know, I'll flip a coin, because we had AE's coaches on, and they're just coming off a win. But I think Fulton's just too strong for them. One last game before we take a break. Bearden and Farragut. Always a good game.
I'm going to go with the guys from Farragut. Bearden Bulldogs are very tradition strong every year, but I believe Farragut's got too much for them.
You know, He's probably right, but I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to give it to Bearden.
Well, I'm going to go with Bart.
I'm just going to mix it up.
Last week, Farragut played Oak Ridge and beat Oak Ridge, so I'm going to take Farragut. So that's the first picks right now. Guys, I want you to come on out to the live taping of the East Tennessee Sports Report coming to you today from Tri-Cities Nissan. So make sure you stay right here. We'll be right back on this edition of the East Tennessee Sports Report.
This is where you come.
Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
From 1989, Tomo has been one of the first sushi restaurants in Knoxville.
I love it. This is one of my favorite restaurants in Knoxville.
We have carried on with an age-old tradition atmosphere and menu, including the Japanese bento box.
Food is outstanding.
Tomo is open for lunch and dinner and extra late for all you late-night sushi lovers, Friday and Saturday nights.
I love the sushi. It's always really fresh.
Tomo even offers half-price sushi on Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Tomo, neighborhood price and friendly service on West Hill Crossing Plaza.
Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible gateway deals. Buy a 15 Ford Taurus under $21,000, 15 Ford F-150 Crew Cab, save $11,000 off the sticker, 16 Ford Escape under $22,000. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Hey, this is Bart Lyon with the East Tennessee Sports Report. Joining me are the 9-10 Junior Toppers Black, undefeated in their division, and what a great season they've had. Fellas, what do you have to say to the people listening at home?
Thinking about end-of-life care can be quite overwhelming. We understand that. When you are aware of the help that we can provide, you will be able to make an informed decision and feel ready to bring on our team of compassionate and caring medical professionals. Families that have used our hospice services tell us often that they wish they had chosen our care sooner. They don't know what they would have done without us. Relief comes easily to patients and families, as our services are covered by Medicare, VA, and most private insurances. Call us today.
Welcome back to the East Tennessee Sports Report, coming to you today from Tri-Cities Nissan. Come on by, guys. If I didn't have a new car, I'd buy one from them. So make sure you come on by, visit with me. Got some of the best looking Nissan.
Yeah, like that Maxima
trucks.
right there.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Maximas. What do you like, Mark?
I like the Altima myself. I see a nice maroon Altima out there. I like
Got your name on it.
So come on by Tri-Cities Nissan and tell the guys that you heard it on East Tennessee Sports Report, and they'll see if they can make you a deal. I'm not going to promise you anything, but they might make you a deal. But guys, let's jump back into things. We're rolling with this thing. I know you know a lot about Morristown West. You see them a lot. Morristown West versus Jeff County. Give me a.
All right, Morristown West, we're on a nice roll. They had that tough loss with Fulton the first of the year, but they've been on a roll ever since. They just took it to, I hate to say it, Davy Crockett. I know they're in your county here in Washington County, but they took it to him last week. Got a big kid, Delaney. He's just running mad. And Jeff County, though, they held their own. They're holding their own pretty good, but I'm going to give this one, Bart, to Morristown West.
I'm going with the Fighting Trojans out of Morristown West. I think Delaney's just too much to handle for the Jeff County defense.
I think I'm gonna. After you play Maryville, you have something to prove. I'm going with Jeff County.
Okay.
I'm going with Jeff County because I know they played pretty good against Maryville last week.
They look pretty good.
You learn a lot when you play the Rebels.
Yeah, you get better, don't you?
You get better. You better get better. All right, Dobbins Bennett versus Sevier County.
Oh, tough game right there. I got Sevier County picked, I believe, number 5 overall in Upper East Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I've got Dobbins Bennett picked number 7. So by saying that, I'm going to have to go with the Smoky Bears from Sevier County.
All right, he's going with those Smoky Bears. You know what? I actually have Sevier County picked high in my top 10 too. But you know what? I may have to pull a surprise move here. I'm going to go with the Science Hill Hilltoppers rival. And I'm going to pull for the Dobbins Bennett Indians.
You are, huh? Well, I know it's going to be a great game. It's going to be played up here. Last year's game went down to the wire. Had a great game last year. But I think Sevier County's just got too much with Deuce. You know, they're kind of stripping the ball around. Banks is picking up things again. The running game's coming back. Devontae's catching everything. I'm going to say Sevier County. Unicoi County versus Happy Valley.
Unicoi County versus Happy Valley. Two of my good friends, Chuck Sutton and Malcolm Foreman, on the coaching staff over there for the Blue Devils. But I'm going to have to go with the Happy Valley Warriors getting the win.
You know what? Carter County in the house. I'm going to agree. HV, baby, Happy Valley.
I'll make it unanimous. Happy Valley over Unicoi County. You know, things are just heating up right here at Tri-Cities Nissan as a part of the East Tennessee Sports Report. When we come back, we're going to have two Hilltopper players join us on set. Bart's going to interview them, and then we've got something special coming up from Chick-fil-A. So make sure you stay right here on the East Tennessee Sports Report. We'll be right back.
Good job, guys.
Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
The summer clearance event is going on now at Mullins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elizabethton.
Drive a new 2015 Jeep Patriot, stock number 110 for only $14,900. Check out a 2015 Chrysler 200 Limited, stock number 017 for $19,900. Or what about a 2015 Dodge Dart, stock number 042 for just $15,900. Remember, you can buy them with no money down, no payments till November, 0% APR on select models, and always top dollar for your trade. Before you buy, give Mullins a try.
And we are back in Johnson City at Tri-Cities Nissan. Joining me, number 11, quarterback Justin Bedard, and middle linebacker, number 6, Bryson Tolley. And what a great 2 games these gentlemen have had. First game against Elizabethton with a 28-21 victory, and then last week on the road, 29-24 over the Bears from Bradley County. We got Justin Bedard, quarterback. He was 135 yards rushing last week on 32 carries, 6 for 12 passing, and what a great night of football for the Science Hill Hilltoppers, Justin. Tell people at home a little bit about the game and how everything went down.
It was a battle for sure. Both ways, everybody playing hard. Good competition, really good competition. 2 good teams going at it in the opening region game. It was tight all the way through. We made enough plays at the end to get the win, and we all had a good time. I mean, when you win a game like that that's so hard fought and everyone just wanted to win so bad, then you're able to come away with it. It's a great feeling, and the 3-hour bus ride back was spent, laughing and congratulating each other because it was a great win.
Great matchup between two of the top quarterbacks in East Tennessee, Cole Copeland for Bradley Central and Justin Bedard. Both guys standouts. They're ranked high as far as their class of recruiting. But Justin, let's not talk about Bradley Central anymore. Let's talk about the Hilltoppers. Talk about your offensive linemen and tell us a little bit highlights about those guys.
I mean, they've played great so far. A great unit, great group of guys all the way through. The seniors being Reese Fain and Kalen Jamison, Jacob Jennings, and then junior class has done great too, and adding a couple of guys, Trey Gastiger, Austin Cox. Those guys just great people, great guys to be around, and they work hard. They're extremely encouraging. They never get down on each other, and they're beasts up there. They get it done.
And when we talk about Justin Bedard, not only is he standing out on the gridiron, he's a standout in the classroom with the 28 ACT, been recruited by many, many Ivy League schools. Tell us about the Ivy League schools that are recruiting you right now, Justin.
Over the summer, I visited Yale, University of Pennsylvania, and Cornell, and I had a great time at each school. Got to build a good relationship with each of the coaching staff, and hopefully I'll be able to, have the option to for sure go to one or all of those schools, and they're in my top choices right now because can't really turn down an education from any of those places.
Absolutely. And join also with us linebacker Bryson Tolley, 18 solo tackles against the Betsy Cyclones in game number 1. Bounced back with 18 more solo tackles against Bradley Central. Tell us a little bit about that defensive unit you guys got on defense for the Toppers.
I think our defense has played great the first 2 games. We've gotten a lot of turnovers. Had a lot of help from our defensive line. That really helps us as linebackers, from Nakiah Smith, Chad Gage, Cameron Burris, and Quentin Alabokas, really scraping and getting to the ball quick.
Well, they've done a good job as far as up front. I know Bryson has done a great job as being a leader, being the quarterback for the defense, and with a 350-pound bench press that his junior is now displaying with the strength and the size that he's got. You ought to be getting some Division I looks as well. When you talk about recruiting for you, what would be your plans for college at this point?
Yes, sir. I'd love to play college football somewhere. Furman would probably be my number one option right now. It's a great academic school, very prestigious school, a great culture there.
Yeah, they have a great football program, the Paladins there. I know DeBus down in Greenville won a national championship at one time, but you got opportunity this year, got a new coach and Jay Conklin. How's Jay been able to work with you guys, shape and mold the linebacking unit?
Oh, I love Coach Jay. It's more of like a player coach because he understands like what we're going through now in this day and time. He's really helped us get even better than we already were and perfecting everything that we do wrong and just making us better players and better young men. All
right, great job, Bryson. Great job, Justin. And we're going to turn it back over. We're going to see what Chris Reddick's up to. We'll kick it to Chris Reddick right now.
Thanks, Bart. Well, as you can see, I'm with Mr. Todd Good. Todd Good is the marketing director for Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and he's responsible for bringing all those nice goodies in the bag. What's up with that, Todd? Thanks you for being on the show. We appreciate it. Thank you for bringing the good stuff.
Absolutely. Our pleasure to be a part of the East Tennessee Sports Report. I'll follow Bart lines around anywhere. But we, as you all know, we have a strong presence in college football, and we're very excited about what's going on with the youth today, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Excellent, excellent. What's some of the things you do as far as helping out some of the youth groups in sports?
Thank you. It's a great question. We have a Spirit Night at Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
If an organization or a team would like to raise some funds for their uniforms, trips, whatever, get with a Chick-fil-A representative. We'll set aside a certain night of the week and give you a couple hours. All proceeds that we make through the drive-thru and in the dining room, we will take a percentage of that and donate it to the team.
Excellent, excellent. So it's a great way to be a support to the community and to help the community raise some money so they can do some other good things with their sporting events and sport activities. Great.
Certainly.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, well, Todd, thank you for being on the show. And I got one question.
Absolutely.
I see one more box, and I know I have a box over my table. Can I have a box to
another
take
one?
Home?
You want another one?
Yeah. Well, I hate to be a hog here on the show, but we're going to go to a break, and in the meantime, I'm going to put down another box of these great, delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches from Mr. Todd Good, representing Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth. And so we'll be right back with more of the East Tennessee Sports Report, and a little bit later in the show, guys, you may want to clap for this. We're going to talk about homecoming with Science Hill Hilltoppers as they verse Irwin of Asheville.
All right.
Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Test drive any vehicle on the lot for your chance to win tickets. Race on in to take advantage of our great savings on our pre-owned inventory.
And come on in and test drive any vehicle to win tickets like I did.
Yay! Welcome back to the East Tennessee Sports Report, coming to you today from Tri-Cities Nissan. If you want a new car, come by, see the guys. Corey, they'll fix you up here at Tri-Cities Nissan. It's out on Bristol Highway in Johnson City. So make sure you come by and visit with these guys. Some great looking cars. Guys, let's jump right into the thing. Betsy against Daniel Boone.
Oh, Elizabeth, I could talk for days about Elizabeth.
We know.
Real quick, though, I just want to point this out. They're missing one kid, Mr. Ethan Thomas. But it's okay because they're still strong. But just a quick note on Ethan, doing real well in his first collegiate game. Bart scored a 4-yard touchdown on his first carry. Wow. So we just want to give a shout out to him. But back to Elizabeth and Daniel Boone. I think Elizabeth is on fire. They're excited about their new stadium that they just got. It's a beautiful stadium. Did a well job putting that together. And I think with the fire they have and giving the Toppers a nice go at first game, I think we're going to give the victory to Elizabeth and Cyclones.
I'll tell you what, Chris, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think the Elizabeth Cyclones are a team that's a little underrated right now. I think they're flying underneath the radar. Look for big things out of the Cyclones.
All right. Hardin Valley, South Dalton. I put that Hardin Valley game up there, Chris, because you, a teammate of yours at ETSU is one of the coaches, offense coordinator at Hardin Valley. And I watched his game last week, and his son,
Freshman?
Aaron.
Freshman?
Sophomore.
Sophomore, okay.
His son, Aaron, the commentator said that he's better than Dykes.
Ooh. So he's got hands like that? He look good?
He's a running back.
Oh, he's running back. Okay, so he's got runnings. He's got the good feet. You know what? Hardin Valley, been kind of following him a little bit last year. Haven't watched them much this year. And they look real strong, especially they played Maryville real tough last year. I think this is a team, one of those hidden teams that's on the rise. And, of course, with my former teammate from ETSU, Scotty Dykes, helped running the show, and he's got his son playing. I hear he's better than him. I've got to just give all the love to Hardin Valley.
Scotty Dykes was a player. You talk about hands, you definitely have to mention Scotty Dykes.
Yes,
but
sir.
also, my little nephew plays for Hardin Valley. Number 2,
Okay.
Jason Love.
Okay.
So I'm going with Hardin Valley over South Doyle.
I am too.
South Doyle has lost a lot of
They lost
major
everything
players, yeah.
last year. So I'm going with Hardin Valley. Now, the second game that will be a key game this week, besides the one we're going to talk about for homecoming, is Maryville versus Alcoa. Now, these two, you hear what's going on up here, but I'm going to jump in first. Knowing George Quarles, knowing what he has accomplished over the years, they're 2-0, ranked number 1 in the state, ranked number 1 in your high school sports.com poll, but Coach Rankin at Alcoa has their number sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't think it's this year. In Maryville.
Coach Gary Rankin, no doubt, one of the
You
top
got it.
coaches in East Tennessee.
Yes.
But the top coach lives in Maryville, George Quarles. Anytime a team is coached by George Quarles, I'm going to take the Rebels to win over the Alcoa Tornadoes.
All right, you guys remember my new nickname this year?
We know.
The Philosopher. Yeah, I'm the Philosopher. And speaking of being the Philosopher, Coach Quarles, he's got some kind of philosophy down there in Maryville. I don't know how he does it, but all these coaches need to take note on what his philosophy is on getting getting his team geared up week after week, year after year, championship after championship. With that said, I know it's a crosstown rival with Alcoa. Alcoa is always tough, and they sneak on them sometimes, but I'm about to give it to Maryville.
You got it. Now, the game of the week. I had a chance to go over this morning and talk to Clyde A. Irwin's coach, Sexton. We got an interview with him, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the big game between Science Hill and Clyde A. Irwin out of Asheville. Big-time team last year, Bart. You know how they were. So make sure you stay right here on the East Tennessee Sports Report. When we come back, your pick for homecoming.
You can clap.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Welcome back to this week's East Tennessee Sports Report. I am in Asheville, North Carolina for this week's opponent for the Science Hill Hilltoppers, Clyde A. Irwin High School. And I've got Mike Sexton, head coach here. Coach, talk about Science Hill.
Science Hill, first thing you notice when you turn on the film is they're big. Big linemen, big linebackers, outside linebackers, big quarterback. Very well coached. You can tell that from the start. They're fast, they're physical, and they're everything they should be. When you look at their record from the past and what they've done this year, they are what you think they should be. This week, and they'll be prepared for that. But for us, we've got to be able to move the chains, put points on the board when we can. Against teams like this, you can't waste opportunities, and because with a good team, they'll make you pay.
Coach Mike Sexton, head coach of the Irwin High School Indians right here in Asheville, North Carolina. Make sure you get out and catch this homecoming game this week when the Irwin Indians take on Science Hill Hilltoppers. We'll be right back here on the East Tennessee Sports Report right after this.
Trusted for over 32 years, our agency has won numerous awards and has served thousands of Tennessee residents. Tammy Francis knows that home health care isn't something you should leave to chance. It is vital that your home health care provider be a reliable and trusted member of the community they serve. That's why Smoky Mountain Home Health and Hospice invests in education and training for their staff. Many have obtained advanced degrees in health care. Just another reason to be sure to request our services when your physician recommends home care. We set the standard in the home care industry.
Gotta get to Gateway.
Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible Gateway deals. Late model crossovers like Ford Escapes, GMC Terrains, Jeeps, and Honda CRVs from only $12,900. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville online at gatewaydeal.com.
Yeah!
All right, let's keep going.
All right.
All right.
We'll keep the girls back too. That's
Okay.
good. Stay back, girls. There
All
you
right. Go, Victoria. Welcome back to the East Tennessee Sports Report on this Tuesday evening. Labor Day got me messed up, okay?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, and we're coming to you from Tri-Cities Nissan right here in Johnson City. Come on out, buy you a brand new car. They've got new cars, they've got used cars, they've got nice looking trucks. Whatever you need, come on by Tri-Cities Nissan right here in Johnson City and pick up your next Nissan. All right, guys, we left off. Bart, I'm going to go with Chris first since you're the voice of the Toppers. Chris,
All right.
Science Hill versus Clyde A. Irwin.
All right, this week's game of the week. All right, like I said, you talked to Clyde A. Irwin, coach, a little bit earlier, and he said some nice things about Science Hill, but I don't think what he said is anything that we need to take serious. I think he's going to have his team ready for the big Hilltoppers. He's coming in a new state. I mean, he's already played in Georgia. He's now playing in Tennessee, and I think he's ready to go toe-to-toe with the big Hilltoppers. But with that said, I cannot go against this fan club and the support they've been giving to this show. Hilltoppers, baby.
I agree with you, Chris Reddick. I agree with you. Science Hill Hilltoppers, 2 great wins, once against Elizabeth Cyclone and against the Bradley Central Bears. I'm going Science Hill all day, maroon and gold.
Cheerleaders, what do you think?
Science Hill?
Yes.
Oh.
Go Toppers?
Go Toppers!
There you go.
All right.
Well, I'll make it unanimous. I'm not even going to say who I'm pick, but we know. Both teams. Coach Carter has a great program at Science Hill, and I just don't think they have enough. I don't think Clyde A. Irwin has enough for Science Hill, so Science Hill. And a big shout out to Tri-Cities Nissan. We thank you very much. We would love to come back here again. I'm just throwing that out at you. So next week, guys, we move on to Maryville, where we will be coming to you from Dead Ends Barbecue, and our guest will be no other than Mr. George Quarles from the Rebels as they take on a big game next week. Who do they take on next week?
Hill.
I don't know.
Toppers.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Hilltoppers.
You know who they take on.
I have no idea.
So we appreciate you being a part of this live tape for the East Tennessee Sports Report. For Chris Reddick, for Bart Lyons, I'm Roddy Woods. We'll see you next week at Dead Ends Barbecue, and Ralph will be hosting. The judge will be back. Chris and Mr. Scott Gallion will be here. So make sure you tune in. We'll see you next week.